Faculty Podcast.
Welcome to the Noble Faculty Podcast.
Welcome to the second part of my conversation with Bizzle and Oxlade. Please enjoy.
Instruction.
Wow. So now this is the thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I have to be really, really candid with you guys now. I don't associate, or basically the entertainment industry and faith are not synonymous in my opinion. Yeah. In fact, if there's anything opposite to faith, it's the entertainment industry, right? So how do you guys align your faith with what you do, given the industry that you're in?
Speaking of faith,
Yeah.
this Sunday, you know Bizzle's a Muslim, right?
I know Bizzle's a
Bizzle took
Muslim.
me to church.
Bizzle took you to church
Yeah.
yesterday?
Yes.
Nah.
He took me to church and I was blown away.
Really?
Like, I didn't understand how it's happening. So, I feel like I don't want to praise myself,
Yeah.
but I feel like selfless people tend to help themselves better than selfish people. Like, when two selfless people come together, there's a rate at which their progress is. I mean, when you don't care about, like, it's God that knows the best. Do you understand?
I've got your summary for you. I've got your summary.
Yeah.
To receive, you need to give.
Yes.
And a giver never lacks.
So I feel when it comes to like rooting for my friends, I think I do extra.
Yeah.
And he's always trying to tell me like, yo, run your race. These guys are not looking at you. You understand? But regardless, I feel like it's due to the fact that I've been doing so much good things
Yeah.
and not waiting for returns that God is actually saying like, okay, this guy, I think he too should receive blessings. Do you understand? Because there's some things I don't even deserve that I'm getting right now. There's some things I've not worked as hard as people that has worked for it and I've not gotten it.
That's called favor.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I feel like there was one day I was going on the road and I gave one woman 1,000 naira. This thing you don't know it. I gave one woman 1,000 naira and I was like with 3,000 and I gave the woman 1,000 naira. Then the night, because I was left with 3,000 was my last money. That night was the night that Bizzle messaged me. I said, Ox. No, he tweeted something. He said, God bless this Oxlade with talent. Then we moved to the DM. And that was it. Because I know he wanted us to see, but he was always pushing it.
Yeah.
That next day we saw.
Wow.
Do you understand? So I feel like it's a boomerang. It's karma. But a good karma. Really.
But this is the funny thing. A lot of people, in essence, look, we're Nigerians, let's be real. Everybody wants to get what they can get.
Yeah.
However they
Real
can
cute,
get it. Everybody is, look, whatever I can get. But it seems like you guys have worked out, even personally and business-wise together, a way in which there's respect, there's humility amongst you, and you're both giving, not taking from each other. And obviously in the process of giving, you're receiving.
Yeah, you learn from each other. Yesterday I was telling him a story that I don't like to ask people for stuff. I don't like to, like people, a lot of people offer to help. I always reject. It was not telling him that, but you should collect. That you help a lot of people. You know, God is using these people to bless.
I mean, you cannot help and not expect to be helped. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You help people a lot.
But you're not expecting the help from that person.
Not even, I don't care if it's from that person, but if there's an opportunity to be helped, don't shut the door.
Right.
Do you understand? Because you don't know the energy you're passing to the person. If the person is willing to help you and you're just saying, I don't need that. It look like, I'm trying to help you now, you're forming for me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You could pass the wrong signal to the person. When someone asks you, what do you want? It's not like you ask the person. No. When someone asks you, what do you want? I mean, the person loves you enough to ask for your needs.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I feel like if you help people, you expect, it's an energy.
I'm so glad you talked about energy, because this then moves me on to, I want to go back a little bit. I want to talk to you about, Oxlade, about you said at some point before you and Bizzle had kind of agreed, at some point you had the opportunity to sign Was that a management deal or a record label deal with somebody?
Record label deal.
So you had the opportunity to sign a record label deal with someone, but you chose not to.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I want to revert back to Bizzle when you were in New York and you were feeling low. I want to understand a bit more about when Asa came around and you guys went to Rock Nation. I know you've talked about it. How were you able to pick yourself up and say, right, I will meet with Asa, number one. Two, normally when you're feeling low, you don't want to go and do any kind of big potential deals with anybody because you're in a sunken place, so to speak. How did that all come about, and how did you kind of pick yourself up in that era, in that moment?
I mean, for me, basically, like I said, I started reading Bible and the Quran. I started reading and I started praying 5 times daily.
Okay.
You know, those are the powerful things that help me lift my spirit up. You know, and I'll never forget. I started following 2 people on Twitter, Mefti Monk and Pastor Samadeyemi. You know, like Pastor Samadeyemi is one guy that if I was a Christian, I'll go to his church.
Right.
Because the way the man preaches, he doesn't preach like every other Christian pastor. He preaches like, look, I'm not forcing you to be a Christian, but I'm telling you about life.
Wow.
So if you know about life and you see like the way I live my life, you would want to be a Christian.
Yeah.
Which is the same way as me as well. I don't force people to be Muslims, but alhamdulillah, I've had a lot of people tell me that, oh, bro, because of what you do, I've converted to Islam.
So faith played a big part in you kind of stepping out of that dark place.
Yes.
Would you say, I don't want to put words in your mouth here. You and Asa, obviously, probably, I'm assuming you knew each other before that.
It's fun. You know what's funny? When I moved back to Nigeria, Issa was still in secondary school.
Huh?
Yeah, Issa was in secondary school when I moved back to Nigeria.
Wait, stop. Wait. You need... Asa was in secondary school when you moved back to Nigeria after your master's.
Yeah, Issa was in secondary school. Like, Issa was in secondary school and his uncle was the owner of Storm Records. I remember I used to carry Issa out at night. I would sneak him out of the house at night to club.
Crazy.
Confessions.
I mean, but obviously he's an adult now.
Yeah, of
Issa
course.
is 28 now, but then he was young.
So what was I don't know, can you mention what you guys intended on doing when you guys went to Rock Nation?
We just had a good relationship based on like we knew the guy, some of the guys from Rock Nation because of Issa's uncle.
Okay.
Obi Asika. So
Yeah.
we knew most of the guys there, and we just went. We used to whenever we were in New York, we would go hang out with them at the office.
Oh,
and
right,
stuff.
okay.
So it was just, Jay-Z's cousin Bi, his office was like the hangout spot. And
Right. Okay.
like everybody, when you're in New York, you just want to work.
Yeah.
Instead of going to a WeWork space or one of these office space, you just go to his office and work from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So, and it's him. It was Jay-Z's cousin who kind of said, "Look, you guys have got something going.
Yeah.
You guys go back home and set up." Other people would have thought you should stay in the States.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe work for Rock Nation. I don't know, whatever that would translate. But you guys actually took the leap of faith, took the risk, went back home, and actually set up. And that was the beginning of the comeback for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, back to Oxlade. So you could have signed with somebody. We don't need to know who it is because you didn't sign. By the way, you still haven't signed to a record label yet.
Nah, I got this management, Tronic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, apart from the relationship you had with Bizzle, how do you know when an opportunity is the right or wrong opportunity, or like, how do you know when to move forward with something? What's behind that?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know
I would
what
have
is
taken
right.
on you. I'm not lying.
I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong. If I had signed to that label, I'll be very popular. But will I be successful?
Wow. Stop. Are you saying fame does not equate success? That's
Yes.
exactly what you're saying, right?
Yes, they're very popular artists in Nigeria that majority of people don't even know their song. They know them because they're affiliated to big people, and they don't really have value.
Wow.
The only reason they have value is because of their Instagram presence. They can't say, okay, I have achieved this at this particular time frame. They're not ambitious. They're very laid back, but they're very popular. They can get the girls they want and everything, but they're not successful. So you could go for the materialistic things and be in the scene and everything, but you won't last. That's another factor.
Wow.
So if you're somewhere, you're living your life and flexing and all of that, and you're not happy, you're not where you want to be. I feel I was also too ambitious to be in that box. Now, I didn't know it was gonna work out with Bizzle. I don't still know if it's gonna work out with Bizzle, but I am still optimistic. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I'm not a material freak. I don't really freak out when I see material things and flashy things because I started from a I came from the slums. I was born in Mushin.
We're in Mushin because I know Mushin well.
Akpesin. So there's Onifade Akodu. It's around Idiaraba Loot.
I know that Luth area. Right.
So yeah.
I lived a lot.
Ogbaye,
I lived a lot around Post Office Road,
Post Office. I schooled in Santa Maria, Silver Street.
Right.
Yeah, Silver Street is not far from Olorun Shogo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know all that area.
So like other side, you can't survive in that side and not be able to make it in life.
I apologize for anybody listening wondering where we're talking about. These are right. So let's explain. Look, in fact, you know what? It's quite important that we give it context because a lot of people say they struggle, and mushing for Nigerians they would know it. For those who are not Nigerians, mushing is. Would I be disrespectful by calling it like a ghetto?
It's a ghetto. It's
Right.
not like it. It's a ghetto.
It's a ghetto.
Yeah.
And when we're saying ghetto, we're not talking welfare states.
Blocks.
Like, no. We're talking slumming it out.
Yeah.
Like, they've got about 2 or 3 major markets. There was the
Ojuwe market.
there was the
Oshodi.
no. I'm talking Mushin itself.
Oh.
There was Awolowo,
Yeah, there was.
and there was another one I can't remember.
There's
which one.
another one at what's it called? That's Zundi area.
And the only reason why I'm mentioning all this is that place was hard
Yeah.
and it was rough,
Gangs and all of that.
and they never wanted us to go out
Yes.
by ourselves. I
Yes.
remember we never ever walked, say, 10 minutes
Alone,
from home
yes.
alone.
I mean, before they start their fights, they used to come and announce it.
Yeah.
So every night we used to lie on the floor so the bullet doesn't hit us.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It got that bad.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I kid you not, there was a time they caught a thief
Okay.
and they beat
To death.
yes.
Yeah. I know about the story.
I've-
They catch thieves on the reg.
Yeah. And I think I witnessed one where they must have just put tires around the
Burn
person.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's motion for you.
Like literally, these are things I'm talking that I kind
I
of
grew up
Yeah.
I grew up seeing violence. So like,
So Mushin is quite a rough area.
Yeah.
It really, I guess, I don't know, Bizzle, you know more about the States than I do. Would we call it, I don't want to be disrespectful, like Chi-Town? Or worse?
I feel Mushi
I guess Iraq.
is very, very everything.
It is
Bad,
hard.
but yeah.
It really, really is. And that's kind of where you grew up.
Yeah.
Yet, you've got all this humility, you've got this focus.
Yeah. People would say you came from a good home. I mean, your kids that come from good homes and end up in sports, they still end up with self-discipline and knowing what you want. I mean, my grandma worked and sweat ass out to make me get to where I am today. And gratitude is a must.
Gratitude
And I
is
have
a
to
must.
make it to make her see that, everything you did was not in vain.
Give thanks always.
Yeah.
I have to say, my grandmother was a very large influence in my life as well. So
Mine is too.
shout out to all the grandmothers,
All the grandmas in the world.
all the grandmas out there.
Yagba.
Yagba. Mine was grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah, grandma.
Thing is, I lost my mom
Yeah.
to child delivery.
Yeah,
She
okay.
was trying to give birth to my younger brother.
Okay.
Now, my younger brother, I lost my mom when I was 3.
Mm.
So, my grandma took care of my younger brother. And she took care of us till we got like through secondary school. Then she went to Ibadan to stay where her husband, which my grandpa, built.
Okay.
So she made sure we finished our secondary school in Lagos. So now, after secondary school, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I stayed with my father. My father is nonchalant.
Okay.
I could do whatever I wanted to do. I could be a gangster. I could do anything. But I just feel like, no, this woman cannot hustle in vain. She can't sweat in vain. Do you understand? She's one of the biggest influence in my quest to be like the biggest Afrobeat export
Wow.
from Nigeria to like the world. She's one of the reasons I keep pushing. Do you understand? Like, this woman cannot do all this. There's some times where like we couldn't afford to pay for school fees, and in private schools, when you don't pay for school fees, they'll send you out of the school. So you'll be waiting outside the school.
Oh my God.
So you're waiting outside
We
the
had
school.
that.
So like when like she came one of these days and she saw me outside, she just started crying that she has sold the money now. Yeah, she has seen the money. Why did they send me outside? Blah blah blah. So like those are one of those significant days that made me look like I was spoiled this woman.
What you're telling me now is your story, your background,
Yeah.
your foundation is one of pain,
Yeah.
but it gave you purpose.
Yeah.
So, and as you said, you could have easily signed for people who would make you famous, but your purpose didn't allow you to do that. You were focused on, this is what I want to achieve.
Yeah.
That I have to say, that is quite commendable.
And you need a lot of balls to do that.
Wow. Now, you need big kahunas.
Yeah.
Mucho kahunas.
Yeah.
So, let me now. So, we've spoken a lot about the past.
Okay.
We are here now.
Yeah.
I want to ask both of you, what are the plans for the future? How do we keep that vision going? Because the motto of this show is aspire, act, achieve. And you mentioned, I believe you mentioned it, where you said it's good to have faith, it's good to believe in fate, but you need to work.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously, clearly, you're inspired. You have an aspiration to succeed. You just said it. You want to be one of the largest Afrobeat exports that there is. Where do we go? What's the vision? What are you guys working towards? The things that you can talk about. It could be personal achievement as well. Whatever you guys want to. Who wants to go first?
I mean, there's something Oxlade always says: stay hungry.
Stay hungry.
Yeah.
Why should we stay hungry? Because
I'll
guy.
tell you something. Listen, do you listen to Burna Boy?
Yes, yeah. Can I say?
let me-
I want to confess publicly. I respect Burna Boy as an artist. I slept on him.
Yeah, you really did.
I slept. I have to admit that. Like I remember the very first song he brought out, the one with
Like
the
to party.
yes.
Yeah.
Like I like Burna Boy. Don't get me wrong, but I slept on him. This is it African Giant?
Yeah.
Oh my God! You wanna hear the shame about it? I'm gonna give you something. The first time I heard any track from Burna Boy was when Joe Budden played it on his podcast.
Wow.
I am ashamed to say it.
Are you Nigerian?
Look, I am ashamed to say it, but I slept. I can
Yeah.
admit that I slept on
Forgive
Burna
you.
Boy. But I have to say, I bang that album all the time. In fact, it's on a couple of my playlists now, and it's like, yes. So sorry, carry on your story.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Oxlade says stay hungry, and the reason why I mentioned Burna Boy has a song called Dangote,
Yes.
and it goes
Yes.
Dangote still dey find money. Dangote is the richest black man, but he's still hungry. He's still looking for more money.
True.
Never be too comfortable.
Never
Don't
get
think
too
you-
comfortable.
Don't think you've made enough money. Trust me. There are some people that have $66 billion. There's some people that have $100 billion. So if you make 1 million and you think, oh, I'm comfortable,
I've arrived.
you know, because guess what? As everything evolves, life gets tougher.
Hmm.
If last year $1 million could take care of you, this year definitely $1 million can do the same.
Yeah.
Budget.
So you
Wow.
always have to always think of the future. And I'll say to everybody, look, the best way for you to be able to live life, trust in God, work hard, work smart, and save. It's 4 things. God, work hard, work smart, and save. No matter how much. If you make £100 a month, save 10. By the time you save 10, by the time it's 12 months in a year, by December you have £120.
£120 more than what you had.
Exactly. So that £120 is again flip. So you need to always save. My thing is always save. Just even if it's 1% or 10% of whatever it is, save something. Because the rainy day will come when you need it and you don't, look at it. There's the old-fashioned way. There's something Yoruba people called kolo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Piggy bank.
Yeah,
Like a piggy bank,
Piggy
yeah.
bank. I have 2 piggy banks in my house in Nigeria. I put different.
Fam,
every time.
why are you saying that out loud? Like,
No way. It's like I just put every time I go home, I put money in there. Any money left in my pocket.
okay.
When I come back from traveling, any money that's in my pocket, I put it there.
Okay.
I don't know how much is in there, but one day I'll eventually break it and see how much I've been able to save.
Wow.
But it's just a way of me just saying, look, I'm putting something aside.
Yeah.
Might not be a lot, but by the day I finally break it, I know there'll be something there. Because you just have to have that saving habit. I always say to Oxlade as well that when you start making a lot of money, always remember you need to invest. Because guess what? This thing doesn't last forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter how much you think it does, it will get to a point. You'll get to a point where you're doing 10 shows a week.
Yeah.
Then it will reduce
Yeah.
to 5. Then it will reduce to 3. Then it will reduce to 1 a month. It will reduce to 1 a week. Then it will reduce to 1 a month. Now, when you're doing that 1 a month, the income is not flowing in as it used to be.
Yeah.
So how are you going to survive?
Without those investments.
Exactly.
Wow. Bizzle, you're like an elder of the industry now. I mean, let's be real.
No, I'm not really an elder. I'm still learning. No,
But you've seen,
I'm still a learner.
but he's seen and he's exposed. So you know what? You've given you've given wise words that can be applied in any. This is not something for entertainment industry. This is for life.
Real life talk.
So, as we're coming to a close, I want to hear what you have to say, Oxlade. What are your lessons, future goals, or anything like that?
I think I make timeless music
Okay.
because songs like Sing,
Yes.
like Legend, you should go listen to Legend.
Yes.
Or songs that talk about real life matters and everything. And I feel like I'm not going to stop doing that. Although I'm going to do the commercial ones that'll make everybody jiggy and dance to.
Yeah.
But like, I want to be remembered. Like, I want my songs to still be relevant even when I'm gone. Do you understand? That's why I do songs like that. When I dropped the song Legend, I was the lyrics in the song says I go be legend. They go to sing my song all around.
Yeah.
From junctions down to roundabouts. So it's me prophesying greatness into my life. I did a song too. Name of the song is Prophecy.
Prophecy. Wow.
Yeah, I can see the prophecy steady calling me. Ola Shoti ready to be a superstar. I do songs
that means, Ola, are you ready to be a superstar?
Yeah,
right.
I do songs that. I mean, in 5 years' time, when I listen to them, I'll start smiling like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, prophecy has started happening. Do you understand? Like, because I said, Mom, you see your Pekin, we don't show for TV screen, don't they live the life. I've started getting airplays in Nigeria, outside Nigeria.
Yes.
I've started getting bookings outside Nigeria and everything. So, I mean, the great things that I prophesied into my life are already manifesting. So what will stop me from doing that type of music and also giving you guys your normal bedu, so to say? Do you understand? So you asked for my aspiration, like I said, biggest Afrobeat export doesn't change. I might dive into other genres, but I want to I mean, Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boys have given us staggering numbers and records.
They've set a very
They
high
set
benchmark.
A very high benchmark, and you know, like I mean, when they were people like we the underground guys, when they see the band, they'll be like, "Oh my God, how are we going to do this?"
Yes.
Now they did it in a shorter period of time,
And they surpassed them. So.
and they surpassed them. So I mean, if they can do that, because I started music in Surulere professionally,
Okay.
and Whiskey grew in Surulere.
Ojo Legba,
So
yes.
I could say, and it's almost the same
Another
area.
rough area, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, everything about my zones has been rough. So I could say, if Whiskey could make it from Surulere, because majority of people, because I started music in Surulere,
Yeah.
think that, yo, is our son. Surulere's finest. Do you understand? So, like, if Whiskey can make it from Surulere, from the slums, if one day Cole can make it from Mushi,
Hmm.
do you understand?
Yes, one day called as well.
Nothing can
yes.
stop me. Because they don't get two head.
It's true.
In English, it means they don't have
they don't have two
Do you
heads. Yeah,
understand?
they've got.
I mean,
yeah,
they got one head, and they got one God that they
it's
serve.
true.
And they got one thing, zeal. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And tenacity. So if I can maintain that level of energy they got, I mean, hopefully with the grace of God, I could be able to surpass them.
Oxlade, thank you so much. I mean, I think the biggest thing I'll take from this now is it doesn't matter where you start from. It doesn't matter how humble your beginnings are.
Doesn't matter how good you are.
It doesn't even matter how good you are, as long as your ambition
Yeah.
and your ambition stays focused, or should I say, you should stay focused on your ambition.
Yeah.
Then you know what, the sky is your limit.
Starting point.
Start. This guy, the sky is your starting point.
Yeah.
And on that note, I have to say, I really want to say thank you very much to both of you coming to my studio and recording
for
with us.
having us.
Very short notice. And you guys have been shooting a video all day today.
Yeah.
Like, can you guys reveal the name of the song?
Brixton
Brixton Boy is out. It's by
Okay.
Skendo and AM featuring Sneakbo and Oxlade.
Okay.
Grime
Yeah,
artist, quite big here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to fuse my Afrobeat vibe to the UK. So it's more like a crossover.
Crossover.
This traveling, this trip
Yeah.
is to network and make music with
Right.
UK guys. Do you understand?
Right.
So yeah, it's been very, very positive. Very positive, actually.
You see, you guys, not only are you guys ambitious, you're taking advantage of the opportunities that are coming your way.
Yeah.
You know what? God bless you both.
Bless you too.
And on that note, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who has listened to today's episode of the Noble Faculty Podcast. Remember, we are noble, we are awesome. Aspire, act, achieve. God bless.
We are awesome. We are noble. We are able. You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast. You have been put on this earth for a purpose. If you are inconsistent at something, then you are consistent. Don't waste your gift. The time is always right to do right.
Lead, follow, or get out of the way. Get out of the fear zone.
Villagers remind you of how far you have come and how far you need to go. You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast. The Noble Faculty Podcast. The Noble Faculty Podcast. You have just listened to the Noble Faculty Podcast.